good morning, good morning. Out for my early morning exercise. Oh my God. I feel good. I feel a difference. I see a difference. Happy Pride Month, all June and Juneteenth. Oh, I'm so excited. Yesterday's show, I had a phenomenal time with Lynette Tichelle. Again, y'all go and check out her film. I hope y'all are all doing as awesome as I am. There's a couple things that are on my mind that I'm going to be addressing this morning. Lil Bootsy is one. Hasan Piker, with a shocking revelation we found out about him in photos and much more. Yeah. And Republicans decided to vote with Democrats to rein in four broke. And now they're starting to break away. So I have some thoughts on that. But the first thing I want to start on is Lil Bootsy. Bootsy, Torrance Hatch. We in the queer community, we live rent-free in your fucking mind. You have a daughter who is in the queer community, and her name is Ivy. Make sure y'all go and check out her channel with her girlfriend. You called your daughter a contamination. Yes, Bootsy said that about his daughter. Bootsy is also the same individual. If y'all go back and check out my interview with Bree Star, Fairy Puss, she revealed something to me that I wasn't even aware of about him. When it comes to accountability, he's the type to gaslight the victim, say it really didn't happen, those type of things. Bootsy went and hired a stripper or a so-called prostitute to mess with his then 13-year-old nephew. Now, he has said that himself. He has been on live getting, let's just say, as Nico's Aesthetics would say, super adult, fun, happy times on live on Instagram. Yeah, that same Bootsy. You're pressed that a Madden sports player is on the front of the game cover with his nails painted. I don't know what it is, but hypermasculinity within the Black collective, as it pertains to Black men, it is a virus. The same way that white supremacy is a virus. And this is exactly why we're at currently where we're at in the United States of America, because you have men, both straight, not all straight men, but the ones like Bootsy, the ones like Kevin Hart, who think that racist jokes are okay and excusable. But we're talking about queer phobia right now and femphobia, anything that is feminine. They don't want Black men to just show a softer side. And as a result of that, what's going to happen is Black men are going to grow up regretting the women in their lives, mistreating the women in their lives, mistreating queer people. Yes, it's Pride Month. We are always the center focal piece. Did you see what Rep. Andy Ogles posted? Saying that homosexuality has no place in America. We are deeply ingrained in y'all's brains. Boosie, you have a problem. And I suggest you get some counseling for that. You really do. Now, when you went on that podcast with Mike Tyson, that energy was different. He asked you a question. He said, why do you hate gay people? And then he asked you a question about your mom. If I'm not mistaken, isn't his mom a school teacher? Torrance, you had a gay assistant, if I'm not mistaken, you LGBTQIA plus community. Why? Why is that a problem? And it needs to be fixed. You really need some help. You really do, Bootsy. Your queer phobia is disgusting. I mean, the things that you had been saying about Zaya Wade, and then they kicked your ass out of, what was it, Planet Fitness? You got banned from there, if I'm not mistaken. I remember the whole story, the video. I can remember the rant. And then your son, Tootie Raw, is that his name? Went also and misgendered Zaya Wade. And this is exactly why I'm not a fan of Tasha K, because Tasha K is transphobic. I don't even like mentioning the bitch's name. I call her Miss 4,000,000 Reasons. But anybody deserves to be treated like a decent human being. You're the same guy who made up a song that says two red bones kissing in the back seat. I like girls that like girls that like me. It's the hypocrisy for me from some of you straight black men. So you'd rather have a fantasy over two women. Even with studs, this is why you have such a great relationship, in my opinion, this is my perspective, with studs, because you think that you can try to reverse it or flip it. Maybe I can squeeze in. It's two women. Maybe I got my shot. I don't watch comedians like Big Jaw. I don't watch him. My stud best friend. I don't watch shit like that. But this is what T.S. Madison was talking about when she said it's the hypocrisy. Y'all can experiment with your sexuality. Have a one-time thing. But a person in the queer community, we get bashed. We get reprimanded. We get chastised. We get looked down upon. Organized religion has done a number on black people, on our people. And until we unlearn, because it dates all the way back to slavery, until we unlearn what has been indoctrinated and taught in us, we will be stuck right here. And white supremacy will continue to take over, as it is doing right now. This that happened in South Carolina with Rich, and it's a quit. His store got raided, rightfully so. Play about our own. We're not playing that shit. That's too close to home for me, because Columbia, South Carolina is not far from me at all. Y'all know I'm in South Carolina. I was born and raised here. But for this man to take this life of this young man, we already got enough black and brown children, mainly black children, that are losing their lives. Jordan Davis, Tamir Rice, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Emmett Till, the list goes on and on and on. And he was doing nothing but selling water. They do it in Atlanta. These children are trying to make a way for themselves, provide for themselves. And that's something that we instill into our children, black children, is understanding the value of a dollar. And not just understanding the value of a dollar, but we're also having to have a conversation with them on what will happen if you get pulled over by police officers. This is exactly why we don't trust police officers. Black people, we don't. We sure the fuck don't. Because look at what y'all doing right now. Y'all out here working with ICE at Delaney Hall. But you focused on somebody's nails being painted, Bootsy. And you voted for a man, who hates the same people that you hate. You're no different than him. Y'all both are pedophiles. That's what you both are. And it's the patriarchy for me. I can buy my son a woman. I bought my son a woman. But you know what? Cardi B, shout outs to her. Cardi B has been an excellent ally. Shout outs to Lady Gaga. Shout outs to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Also, Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade. These are allies. Lizzo is another. Mariah Carey is another. I'm just going through a list of celebrities who are allies to the LGBTQIA plus community. Ciara is another. Ari Lennox is another. It's so many out here. Eric Benet, shout outs to him, who announced that, hey, you know, it's okay to stare or whatever, but that's a man who is confident in his sexuality. And a real man who is confident in his sexuality does not care about what the next person is doing. It's not affecting them. Just don't cross that line, don't cross that boundary. But see, Bootsy, with you see gay, the first thing you start to do is you become violent. You start to bash the queer community. The same way you did with Zaya, the same way you did with Lil Nas X. I mean, we are living rent-free in your mind. What you saw in prison must have really traumatized you, Bootsy, and you need to heal with that trauma. Like, for real. It's time for you to grow up and be a damn man, because right now I'm not looking at a damn man. What I'm looking at is a punk-ass bitch and a coward, a transphobe and a homophobe. That's what I'm looking at. And at the same time, you got a daughter that's in the community. You bashed your own daughter. She did a video, and you guys can check it out right here on YouTube, where she literally was addressing him in tears. How dare you? And to the parents out there who have queer children, and I've seen a story yesterday on them, or was it Pink News, where it says that there is a decline in the support of us in the LGBTQ community. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it was a poll, and they conducted a poll saying that, you know, support for the LGBTQ community, people are no longer caring about our rights. But you should, because we're your family members. But see, this is where ballroom culture comes in. Because if y'all don't want to accept us, I was watching Cherry. Shout outs to Cherry the Boom. Shout outs to Cherry. She said something that was brilliant. And it was the episode with her and our girl T.S. Madison. And Cherry the Boom was saying, hey, if you're not going to affirm me, if you're not going to accept me, you guys know about my relationship with my father, the no contact deal. Yes, we communicate as it pertains to, you know, my mom's health. I'm not getting too personal, but making sure that everything is in tip-top shape. I basically practically have been raising myself. You know, with my mom being sick, in and out of the hospital and stuff, having to take care of her. And then hosting this platform, hosting this talk show, and then taking care of my real life responsibilities every time. You guys are seeing that. I don't really share much of my personal family business, and I like to keep it that way. But I just wanted a moment of transparency, because this is what queer children have to go through. It's like you feel so alone at times, and I understand that feeling. But there are people out here like myself, like a Bubs to God, like a Alvin Tit for Tat, this and that, like a Fairy Puss, like a T.S. Madison, like a Hope Giselle, like a Cherry the Boom, like a, who's another? Oh, who's another? Peppermint. I mean, it's so many. Conscious TV, King Jobs, all of us who have, you know, who are like the elders in the business, who have experienced life. Deshaun, Harold, it's so many of us. And even on the straight side, you got Boss Man the Objectivist, who is a heterosexual man who is confident in who he is. And he is an ally. And he pushes back and he fact checks you in real time. And that's why we love Boss Man. A real man who is secure within his sexuality, Bootsy, wouldn't have to be worried about what the next fucking person is doing. And I'm going to share some real tea with y'all. Uh-huh. Okay. So there have been guests that I've wanted to interview on my show. I've reached out to them or whatever, got in touch with their team. And then I wouldn't hear anything back from them. I'm just like, oh, okay, water under the bridge. But I can tell you the real true tea. The real true tea is you're uncomfortable with sitting with a black transgender woman, an openly black transgender woman. You're uncomfortable. And it's because the black collective, as well as organized religion, has done a number on our people. That indoctrination of, oh, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. Well, guess what, baby? And I say it all the time in Bubs' Live. I'll be going to hell then. I'll see you there. Because y'all are out here fucking and having kids out of wedlock. But you want to point me being trans and living in my truth out as a sin. You want to point someone being gay out as a sin. And I don't know what old version of the Bible y'all are reading, but God loves everybody. And queer people, we are God's children. How about those apples? And there's one Bible verse that I absolutely love that goes like this. Since y'all love to quote Exodus and Leviticus to queer people and how wrong it is and how we're abomination and we're going to hell and how we are a disgrace, it's James 4:7. There's only one lawgiver and provider, so who are you to judge your neighbor? And then the other one is judge lest you be judged. That means sweep up under your own goddamn doorstep before you sweep up under mine. Mind your business, and I'll mind mine. But y'all love to go out here and prosecute, berate, and bash queer people, especially you, Bootsy. Now, why does Caleb having his nails painted on a video game cover have you rattled? And you want to talk about being a perfect role model? I think Caleb is amazing. He's a man who is secure in his sexuality. But when a man decides to discover a different fashion choice, a different hairstyle choice, a different anything, oh, it's like, oh, he's zesty, he's sauce. This is what Nelson Davis was talking about. Nelson Davis was saying, he likes to get pedicures, he likes to get manicures, not like mine, not the long nails and stuff, But, men who take care of themselves, who groom themselves. Y'all like to go get your hair cut. You can't even wash your ass without it being looking feminine or gay. And I can count how many videos I've seen of, oh man, I don't like hey, I don't do that, that's, come on now. Washing your ass? And for women, you gotta do it for us. Because we do a lot for y'all motherfuckers. Trust me, getting bikini wax. You sit and get your bikini area waxed. You sit and get your legs waxed. You sit and get your brows plucked and tweezed and waxed. You sit and get microblading for and in a chair and you let me know. It's the things that we women go through to look good. Not just for y'all, but we do it because for ourselves, because we love it. We got to get our hair done. Got to get all of these things done to try to grab y'all's eyes and attention. But trust, I don't do it for a man. I do it because I love it. And I'm a woman. I love to look good. I like to smell good. You guys follow my stories on Instagram. Y'all, every day is a day. Y'all see me change my nails. So when men do these type of things, oh, it's zesty, it's sus. When they put paint on their nails, it shouldn't be an issue to you, Bootsy. I don't see anything wrong with it, and I think that Caleb will be an excellent role model. I don't think you will be a great role model, though. The same one who hired a prostitute to sleep with his 13-year-old fucking nephew. And you got the nerve and audacity to say about somebody being a perfect role model? Bootsy, you got how many kids? You got 7 kids? How many baby mamas? And you want to talk about somebody being, but it's not about the children or the mothers of your children. It's about you, Bootsy. You have a problem. You are queer phobic. And until you sit down and look in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself, you're going to be stuck right here where you're at. And I don't see how people still book this motherfucker for events, to perform at events. You and the baby got on stage and said that shit at Rolling Loud. Y'all have a problem with queer people. Black male rappers in the hip hop business, with the exception of Jay-Z, and then I think it was, who was it? I cannot remember his name, from the group Public Enemy, or was it Run DMC? I cannot remember his name. But I remember VH1 did a conversation and he was there. It was Big Frida, it was Fly Young Red, and it was so many others. And they were talking about openly gay black rappers. And he was saying allyship, what can we do? Hip hop has always been homophobic. It has. It has. I mean, you're right up there with Nicki Minaj, Waka Flocka. You're right up there with Kodak Black. You're right up there with the baby, Bootsy, and y'all all support openly fascism. And this man is reversing the rights on your own people because y'all hate the people that he hates. T. Edison said it brilliantly. You want to be able to push the white man out of the seat and take his place. That's what you're willing to do. And even if that means selling out your own people. But mainly because you hate the gays, you hate trans people. You hate our existence. We're not going any fucking where. Always continue to be here. As much as y'all try to erase us, we will still be here. Period. Get used to it. Now, Hasan Piker, before I turn in after this morning walk, Hasan Piker, the shocking revelation about it is he's MAGA. And you've got these supporters out here that really ride for him saying, is it AI? No, baby. It's not AI. It's not AI. I had a feeling low-key that this man would be a Trumper. And this is exactly why black people, we on pins and needles and we don't fuck with you. We see you for who you are. What's her name from Beyond Scare Straight? Foxy? Said, baby, we seen you when you was coming in the door. We knew what you was about. We knew what type of time you was on. Black people clocking y'all out here. We on to you. You're racist. And you've got your red hat on proudly in the photos that I've seen. Hi, son. But they ran your ass on up out of there, out of New Jersey. They said, get the fuck on up out of here, and rightfully so. Now to the Republicans, last thing before I go, to the 4 Republicans that broke and voted with Democrats to rein in Donald Trump's war powers with Iran. Good job. But I'm also going to say this. What took y'all so damn long? Why couldn't y'all have done this from the beginning, from the get-go? Stand up to him. You see, when you unite and you work together in numbers, because there's already a civil war emerging amongst you in the Republican Party, because this man is bringing all of y'all down straight to hell with him. There is no end. There's no end to his cruelty and his white Americans, men and women that voted for him. You're going to have to suffer the same way we are suffering in this boat with y'all. Y'all are going to have to realize that racism is expensive. And unfortunately, we're paying the price along with you because you couldn't vote for a sensible, qualified, intelligent, beautiful African-American woman. You saw black, you saw a woman, and that was what you could not vote for. But instead, we're stuck with a 34-time convicted felon who is openly disavowing the Constitution, who is openly robbing you blind, who just built one of the biggest, ugliest contraptions in front of the White House, a UFC cage, so that they could have a UFC cage fight. And that was done with 60 million of our hard-earned American taxpaying dollars. Now spot the lies that I've just said. I dare one of y'all to challenge it because you know what I'm saying is true. We kept saying it, Republicans. If you ever want to get reelected or whatever you want to do, y'all gonna have to stand up. Y'all could have been wheeled this man's power in, but y'all are cowards. Y'all are pathetic. And y'all will be held accountable for enabling this man, for allowing him to go so far beyond and off the rails to the point of no return. There's no voting your way out of this. I'm going to keep it a buck. Vote, yes, but there's no voting your way out of authoritarianism. This man has vowed that he is going to be dictator on day one. And if y'all don't start to grow a backbone and spines, Republicans, and stand up to this motherfucker, you'll never get elected ever again, which you won't, because when those elections come, oh, y'all in trouble. Y'all already in trouble. Y'all fucked up big time. By the way, early voting is still going on in South Carolina. So make sure that y'all are registered to vote. You got the June primaries and then the runoff, if I'm not mistaken, June 9th. So make sure that it's the 23rd in South Carolina. I have to look into that. And then I'll give you guys the information. But check your registration because they purged voters off of the rolls. They did it in 2024. If you're going to do absentee, make sure that you return it to the poll worker. The boxes, yes. But remember, keep in mind, they set ballot boxes on fire back in 2024. So if you have someone that has an absentee ballot, I would take that absentee ballot as I'm going to the polls to vote myself and to return it to the poll worker so that it can be counted. That's how I would do it. Me and my mom voted by mail, and Orange Pinky votes by mail. But he wants to make it difficult for people, especially in rural cities, rural countries and rural cities, to do that. That's what he wants to do. So that's all I got, fashion dolls. That's it for today's morning walk and talk. I'm about to go and take a bubble bath and then prep and get myself ready for the day. We have Ty Wayne Wheat coming on the show this afternoon at 4. My colleague Now's the Time will join me tomorrow. We're going to dive more into the political conversation. And next week, we have Kwame Speaks, a Pyro Media Network, coming on Monday. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Set your reminders. Make sure that you are engaging in the chat, sharing, reposting, sharing to groups, coming on in. If you are ignorant and you're transphobic and homophobic, I'm letting you know now. I have mods. You will be blocked. And your chat is being monitored. I said it so my chat is monitored and it's in subscriber only mode. So hit that bell, subscribe. Make sure that you are on. And I will see y'all today at 4. Talk to you soon.